The sun is dipping low in a bruised purple sky, painting long golden streaks on the wings of a fly. We're sitting on the porch where we first said hello, watching the shadows of the garden grow. There's no shouting tonight, no more jagged edge words, just the soft distant crying of the late summer birds. I'm memorizing the way that the light hits your hair, one last visual prayer for a ghost in the air. And the air smells like jasmine and rain on the street, a cinematic ending, bitter and sweet. We're a masterpiece breaking a glass on the stone, learning the beauty of being alone. 'Cause these are the beautiful sad goodbyes, the ones with the truth in the back of the eyes. No slamming of doors, just a soft, heavy sigh under the weight of a lavender sky. It's a slow motion exit, a graceful release, finding the tragedy inside of the peace. Yeah, beautiful sad goodbyes. I'm handing you back the keys to your heart, while the world that we built starts to drift all apart. We look like a painting of lovers in dust, a vintage aesthetic of longing and rust. You reach for my cheek with a hand made of glass, watching the seconds of forever just pass. It's a soft focused lens on a heartbreaking scene, the space and the distance that's growing goodbye. I kept my eyes closed so the sun wouldn't sting. I ignored the weight of the hollow gold ring. You were a masterpiece I drew in the dark, a flicker of hope from a dying spark. I memorized the curves of a person you weren't, walking through fires just to say I wasn't burnt. The red flags were waving like banners in the wind, but I called them roses and let you back in. And the truth was a whisper I chose to ignore, while I locked all the deadbolts and sat on the floor. I was a dreamer with a bandage on my side, chasing a shadow through the middle of the night. It was a blind love and a sad, sad ending, a cinematic break from the world of pretending. The curtains are open and the lights are too bright. I'm finally seeing what you did in the night. A beautiful tragedy, a story of old, where the happily ever after was a lie that was told. Just blind love and a sad, sad ending. The smoke is all cleared and the mirrors are cracked. There's no magic left in our vanishing act. I look at the photos and I don't see a soul, just a fragment of someone who was never whole. The us in the frame is a stranger to me, a prisoner who fell in love with the key. I'm tracing the scars that I refused to see when I was too busy being who you wanted me to be. They say that love is blind, but it's actually deaf. It doesn't hear the warnings or the crying that's left. It's a long distance fall in a short distance room, a beautiful garden that forgot how to bloom. It was a blind love and a sad, sad ending, a cinematic break from the world of pretending. The curtains are open and the lights are too bright. I'm finally seeing what you did in the night. A beautiful tragedy, a story of old, where the happily ever after was a lie that was told. Just blind love and a sad, sad the bandage is the colors are cold, a sad, sad ending. I see you now. I clouds are heavy, hanging low like lead, matching all the heavy things we never said. I stepped outside without a coat or a light, just to let the weather wash away the night. The sidewalk steaming as the first drops fall, a cinematic rhythm against the garden wall. I'm standing in the center of the empty street, where the sky and my sorrow finally meet. And the thunder is a drum for a heart that's too tired to hold on to the logic of the love we required. I'm letting the salt and the silver collide, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. 'Cause I'm crying in the rain, so you won't see the pieces of the person you've made of me. The water hides the tracks of the how and the when. I'm becoming a ghost in the gray once again. Let the sky hold the secret, let the storm take the blame, while I'm washing the memory of your face and your name. Yeah, I'm crying in the rain. The puddles are mirrors of a world upside down, a distorted version of this lonely town. I look like a stranger in a blurred out frame, a shivering shadow with a flickering flame. I used to fear the lightning, he used to fear the cold, but I'm harder now, or maybe I'm just old. I'm treading in the current of a private flood, feeling the winter settle into my blood. It's the only place where I can finally let go, without a witness to the damage you know. It's a beautiful camouflage, a natural veil for a heart that is fragile and a spirit that's frail. 'Cause I'm crying in the rain, so you won't see the pieces of the person you've made of me. The water hides the tracks of the how and the when. I'm becoming a ghost in the gray once again. Let the sky hold the secret, let the storm take the blame, while I'm washing the memory of your face and your name. Yeah, I'm crying in the rain. It's just water, it's just sky. No one has to know how much I I'm losing the battle with the air getting thin. I'm sitting on the tiles of the bathroom floor while the world keeps on knocking at the front of the door. Every breath is a struggle, every heartbeat is heavy. I'm a city that's breaking under the weight of the levee. I tried to be strong, I tried to stay dry, but the ocean is leaking from the corners of my eyes. And the room is a pool of the could-have-beens, the blue tinted static of our favorite scenes. I'm sinking beneath the weight of the wine, watching the surface pull away from the sky. 'Cause I'm drowning in sad tears, drifting away in a storm that I started on a midsummer day. The water is rising, it's cold and it's deep, the kind of a secret that I can't even keep. I'm calling for help, but the sound is a blur, lost in the memory of the people we were. Yeah, I'm drowning. The ink on your letters is starting to run, like a faded out map of the things we had done. I'm treading the water of a hollow regret, trying to forgive the things I haven't seen yet. The walls are expanding, the ceiling is vast. I'm a cinematic wreck of a beautiful past. I thought I could swim, thought I knew how to float, but I'm just a hole in the bottom of a boat. It's not a flood, it's just a slow, steady leak, the strength of the sorrow when the spirit is weak. I'm letting the anchor pull me down to the bed of the ocean of words that we never quite said. 'Cause I'm drowning in sad tears, drifting away in a storm that I started on a midsummer day. The water is rising, it's cold and it's deep, the kind of a secret that I can't even keep. I'm calling for help, but the sound is a blur, lost in the memory of the people we were. Yeah, I'm drowning. Everything is blue, everything is quiet, drowning in sad tears. Just let me go under, deep. The house is a museum of the way we were. Everything is frozen in a cinematic blur. I still haven't moved your boots from by the door, or swept the dust of us from off the wooden floor. My friends all say I'm living in a hollow shell, that I've turned our memory into a private hell. But I'm not ready for the silence to be true. I'm not ready for a world that doesn't smell like you. And my knuckles are white from the grip on the ghost of the person who loved me the absolute most. I'm a tethered balloon in a storm cloud sky, refusing to fall but too heavy to fly. 'Cause I keep holding on to a rope made of sand, watching the forever slip right out of my hand. It's a beautiful torture, a ritual ache, to keep loving a heart that was destined to break. The ship is already at the bottom of the sea, but I'm still on the deck waiting for you and me. Yeah, I keep holding on. I found a voice note on my phone from last July, just to hear the way you didn't have to try. I play it on a loop until the battery dies. Then I stare at the ceiling with these saltwater eyes. I'm a master of the maybe, a student of the wait, standing at the entrance of a locked and rusted gate. I know the fire's out, I know the hearth is cold, but I'm still trying to find the warmth in what we used to hold. They say let it go like it's easy as breath, but letting go of you feels like a tiny death. I'd rather have the friction, I'd rather have the sting than the empty, quiet nothing that the moving on will bring. 'Cause I keep holding on to a rope made of sand, watching the forever slip right out of my hands. It's a beautiful torture, a ritual ache, to keep loving a heart that was destined to break. The ship is already at the bottom of the sea, but I'm still on the deck waiting for you and me. Yeah, I keep holding on. My hands are tired. The rope is thin, but I don't know where else to begin. I'm still here. I'm still holding on. Streetlights are blurred by a permanent fog. I'm a stray word lost in a long monologue. I followed your footsteps till the pavement ran out. Now I'm spinning in circles in a forest of doubt. The compass is broken, the North Star is gone. I've been walking in shadows since the break of the dawn. I don't recognize the person in the shop window glass, just a ghost in the making, watching the strangers pass. And the map that you gave me was written in sand. It's slipping like water right out of my hand. I'm a cinematic glitch in a beautiful scene, caught in the maybe and the might have been. 'Cause I'm lost in your love, like a ship in the dark, searching for shore, searching for a spark. I've wandered too far from the person I knew. Now every horizon is a shade of your blue. The deeper I go, the harder it is to find the parts of myself that I left far behind. Yeah, I'm lost in your love. The silence is humming a song with your name. It's a labyrinth of mirrors where I'm always to blame. I turn a corner and I see your ghost smile, so I follow the echo for another mile. My memories are tangled like vines on a wall. I'm waiting for a rescue that won't ever call. I'm a passenger drifting on a train with no tracks, looking for a way that can lead me back. I forgot how to breathe without your permission. I'm a blurred out shape in a hollow transition. If I found the exit, would I even know? Or have I become a place where only you grow? 'Cause I'm lost in your love, like a ship in the dark, searching for shore, searching for a spark. I've wandered too far from the person I knew. Now every horizon is a shade of your blue. The deeper I go, the harder it is to find the parts of myself that I left far behind. Yeah, I'm lost in your love. I can't find the way. Everything is gray. Lost in your love. Does anyone see me? I'm lost, still lost. a flickering candle that's about to go out. You're staring at the wall like it has all the keys to a lock that we broke while we were on our knees. You maybe is a ghost, it's a thin, hollow sound that keeps my head spinning but my feet on the ground. I'm tired of the middle, the gray and the cold, of a story that's ending before it was told. And the clock on the mantle is marking the beat of a heart that's too heavy and tired to feed. I'm standing in the doorway with my coat in my hand, just a line in the water, a house in the sand. So love me or leave, don't just keep me in wait. On the edge of your hunger, the shore of your hate. Give me the fire, or give me the rain, but don't give me the silence that's driving me sane. I'm a bird in a cage with the door swinging wide. Just tell me if you're coming or staying outside. Love me or leave. Let the world decide. I found your old watch in the drawer by the sink. It stopped at the moment we started to blink. We're a cinematic tragedy captured in dust, a vintage machine that's beginning to rust. You reach for my hand, but your fingers are rare, a gesture of comfort that isn't quite there. I'm counting the exit signs 1 through 10, wondering if I'll ever feel whole again. I'd rather be lonely than lonely with you. I'd rather be broken than stuck in the blue. If you're out of the magic, then just let me go to the parts of the city that you'll never know. So love me or leave, don't just keep me in wait. On the edge of your hunger, the shore of your hate. Give me the fire, or give me the rain, but don't give me the silence that's driving me sane. I'm a bird in a cage with the door swinging wide. Just tell me if you're coming or staying outside. Love me or leave. Let the world decide. The key is on the table, the light is in the hall. Love me or leave, or don't love me at all. Just leave. I'm checking the mirror for parts of me left, a slow motion witness to a beautiful theft. You say that it's passion, the screaming and tears. But I've aged a decade in a matter of years. The flowers you brought have all withered to black, like the promises made that you're taking all back. I'm walking on glass just to keep you in line, while I'm losing the rhythm of what once was mine. And the sorry feels like a bandage on bone, a hollow vibration on a cold telephone. I'm learning the hard way that fire isn't light when it's burning your house down in the middle of night. The silence is safer than the sound of your name. I'm tired of playing your cinematic game. You built me a pedestal out of my fear, and told me that caring is why you're still here. But kindness is quiet and kindness is deep. It's not something you break just to see if I weep. I'm opening windows I've kept shut for so long, to hear a new version of my favorite song. I used to think the sting was the proof of the soul, but a heart that is bleeding can never be whole. I'm trading the chaos for a breath of the air, and finding the courage to simply not care. 'Cause love should not hurt, it shouldn't leave a scar, it shouldn't be a battle or a permanent war. It's not meant to be a weight that you can't even lift, or a slow sinking sand that you're forced to shift. I'm tired of the healing, I'm tired of the dirt. I'm finally realizing love should not The bruises will fade, the shadows will go. Love should not hurt. I'm letting you go. I'm letting it go. The candles burn down to a bit of wax. I'm packing my things in these paper sacks. You said forever like it was a fact, but now I'm just part of a vanishing act. I look in the mirror at a stranger's face, trying to find where I left a trace of the girl who believed in the words you spoke before the entire world turned into smoke. And the truth is a shiver that won't go away, a grayscale version of a brighter day. I'm holding the pieces of a broken glass, watching the ghost of our future pass. 'Cause love was a lie, a beautiful sound that kept me from seeing the hole in the ground. It was a velvet curtain, a trick of the light, a promise that died in the middle of night. I'm waking up cold under an empty sky, realizing love was a lie. I found the old Polaroids under the bed, a gallery of things that were never said. We look so happy in that frozen frame, but I don't even recognize your name. The city is humming a hollow tune under the weight of a paper moon. I'm learning to breathe in the oxygen thin while I'm scrubbing the memory off of my skin. They sell it in movies, they sing it in rhymes, but I've paid for the magic 1,000 times. It's a hollow corridor, it's a house made of sand, it's a deck of cards slipping right out of my hand. 'Cause love was a lie, a beautiful sound that kept me from seeing the hole in the ground. It was a velvet curtain, a trick of the light, a promise that died in the middle of night. I'm waking up cold under an empty sky, realizing love wasn't cake, just a ghost story, just a myth we told. Was a lie, and the truth is so cold. The wallpaper's peeling in strips of regret, in a room where the sun hasn't bothered to set. I've mapped out the cracks on the ceiling like stars, while I'm tracing the silver of old faded scars. The mail's in a pile by the hole in the floor. I don't answer the knocking, I don't use the door. I've shrunk down the universe to 4 wooden walls, where the only thing moving is the shadow that falls. And the radio's playing a station of ghosts, to a dinner for one where I'm playing the host. I've turned off the color, I've turned down the light. I'm a king in a kingdom of permanent night. I've got a window that looks at the rain, and a jar on the shelf for the physical pain. I've learned how to talk to the dust in the air, while I'm combing the memories out of my hair. The world on the outside is loud and it's fast, but I'm staying right here where the happy can't last. I'm a miniature ghost in a miniature town, where the only direction is slow and it's down. They say it's a prison, I say it's a nest, the only place left where my heart gets to rest. If I open the shutters, the beauty would burn, and I've got too many lessons I don't want to learn. Welcome to my sad little world, small and gray, where I've hidden the tomorrow and buried today. It's a cinematic orbit around a black hole, a tiny cold planet for a tiny cold soul. There's no one to break me, there's no one to find the pieces of us that I've left far behind. Just me and the quiet in my sad little world, small and quiet, safe and blue. My sad little world doesn't have room for you. Keep it out, keep it small. The flowers in the vase have turned to dust, the silver on the table's thick with rust. I'm sitting in the chair where you used to sit, trying to find a spark but I can't light it. The calendar's stuck on a Tuesday in June, before the stars fell down and we lost the moon. I'm looking at your ghost in the doorway frame, and I feel absolutely nothing when I say your name. And the us we were is a cinematic blur, a shadow of the people that we definitely were. The pulse is faded, the room is getting cold, like a library book that's gotten too old. 'Cause our love is dead, it's a flatline sound, just a hollow box that we put in the ground. There's no more screaming, no more tears to cry, just the long slow silence of a final goodbye. It's not a tragedy, it's just a broken thread. The heartbeat stopped, yeah, our love is dead. I didn't even notice when the color went gray, it just drifted like wood in a quiet bay. I'm deleting the photos one click at a time, like cleaning a window of the winter grime. You're a stranger in a sweater I used to adore, but I don't wanna know your secrets anymore. The house is just a house, and the bed is just a bed, without the heavy ghost that we used to dread. They say that endings are a violent thing, but this is just a bird that forgot how to sing. It's not a fire, it's not a crashing wave, just the quiet closing of a shallow grave. 'Cause our love is dead, it's a flatline sound, just a hollow box that we put in the ground. There's no more screaming, no more tears to cry, just the long slow silence of a final goodbye. It's not a tragedy, it's just a broken thread. The heartbeat stopped, yeah, our love is dead. No more ghosts, no more pain, just the quiet after the rain. Our love is dead, it's finally dead. The credits are rolling in an empty room. The screen is flickering in the afternoon gloom. I'm holding a ticket for a seat that's gone cold, watching the final frame of us start to unfold. There was no hero to save the day at the end, no secret message that we forgot to send, just a slow fade to black on the plans that we made, and the price of the happy that we never paid. And the lobby is empty, the popcorn is stale, a cinematic version of a love that was frail. I'm walking out the exit into the 2020 seats rain, with nothing but the ghost of a ritual pain. It's a sad ending for us, no grand finale, just a lonely walk down a dark, quiet alley. No violins playing, no, don't let me go, just the heavy white noise of the radio. We didn't go out in a flash or a spark, we just drifted apart and got lost in the dark. Yeah, it's a sad ending for us. I saw your silhouette in the glass of the door, but I don't look for the meaning in it anymore. We're a vintage aesthetic of a love gone wrong, the bridge of a bridge that was far far too long. The colors are muted, the dialogue's thin. I'm scrubbing the scent of the story off my skin. It's a masterpiece broken, a script that was torn. Just a funeral for a heart that was never reborn. Maybe in another cut we make it through the night. Maybe in another scene we find the perfect light. But the reel is empty and the projector is dead. And I'm living the chapters we should have never read. It's a sad ending for us, no grand finale. Just a lonely walk down a dark, quiet alley. No violins playing, no, don't let me go. Just the heavy white noise of the radio. We didn't go out in a flash or a spark. We just drifted apart and got lost in the dark. Yeah, it's a sad ending for us. The house lights are up, the theater is bare, and I'm finally realizing that you aren't there. Sad ending, just us ending. The taste is familiar. It's a sting I've come to know. A quiet tide that rises when you finally let me go. I'm leaning my forehead against the window pane while the glass starts to fall from the rhythm of the pain. It's not a violent ocean, it's a slow and steady leak, running down the hollows and the shadows of my cheek. I'm a map of every promise that we didn't mean to break. Just a survivor of the silence in the center of the lake. And the room starts to shimmer in a distorted blue, like a cinematic vision of the life I had with you. I'm reaching for the air, but I'm breathing in the breath, watching the horizon cross a cold and jagged line. 'Cause these are saltwater tears coming from the deep, the only kind of memories that I'm allowed to keep. They're burning like a fever, they're heavy as the stone, the weight of every darling that I've said when I'm alone. I'm drowning in the middle of a desert I once knew, washing off the traces of the heart I gave to you. Yes, salt water tears. I found your signature on a letter from the fall, and suddenly the waves are crashing over every wall. It's a chemical reaction. It's a biological grief, a physical reminder that our forever was so brief. The ink is turning blurry as the droplets start to land, like a shoreline disappearing from the edges of the land. I'm a prisoner of the current, I'm a victim of the tide, with nothing left to swallow and nowhere left to hide. They say the sea is healing, but it's just a place to hide the wreck of every feeling that we buried deep inside. I'm trading all the oxygen for one more look at us, before the gold and silver turned to salt and turned to rust. 'Cause these are saltwater tears coming from the deep, the only kind of memories that I'm allowed to keep. They're burning like a fever, they're heavy as the stone, the weight of every darling that I've said when I'm alone. I'm drowning in the middle of the desert I once knew, washing off the traces of the heart I gave to you. Yes, salt water tears. Let it sting, let it run. The tide is coming in, and the us is finally done. Salt water, just salt and water. The curtains stay drawn to keep the morning out. I've built a cathedral of silence and doubt. My heart is a room that I've locked from the inside, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. I see people dancing, I see how they glow, but I'm still shivering from your winter snow. Every hello sounds like a goodbye in disguise, a cinematic trick played by beautiful lies. And the walls I build are 20 feet high, to keep out the ghost of a lavender sky. I'm a glass figurine in a world made of stone, learning the safety of being alone. 'Cause I'm scared to love again. cafe today, and I felt my whole spirit just shrinking away. A kind word feels like a thread in the air, a trap that is set for the unaware. I'm a museum of bruises, a gallery of why, watching the colors of the world pass me by. I'd rather be hollow, I'd rather be numb than wait for the shadow of the damage to come. They say take a risk and they say take a chance, but they haven't seen the way that the flames like to dance. I'm not being stubborn, I'm not being cold, I'm just protecting what's left of the gold. 'Cause I'm scared to love again, scared to let it in, scared to let another story under my skin. I've memorized the crash, I've memorized the fall. Now I'm terrified to feel anything at all. The light in the hallway is making me shake, 'cause I don't have another heart left to break. Yeah, I'm scared to love again. Keep the door shut, keep the lights low. I'm not ready to let a new ghost grow. Scared to love again. Just let me stay here in the dark. The floor is covered in 1,000 paper tissues, a white flag graveyard of our recurring issues. My eyes are burning like the neon on the street, while I'm staring at the hollow where our shadows used to meet. I've cried enough to fill the cracks inside the wall, but the picture of us hanging there still refuses to fall. I thought if I just leaked the pain I'd eventually be light, but the gravity is winning in the middle of the night, and the salt on my skin is a map of my defeat, a bitter little trail running down to the sheep. I'm waiting for a miracle, a shift in the air, but I'm reaching for a ghost that isn't even there. 'Cause tears don't fix this, they don't bridge the gap, they don't put the pieces back on a broken map. I can cry a river, I can scream into the blue, but it won't change the me or bring back the you. It's just water on a fire that's already gone cold, a cinematic tragedy that's getting really old. Yeah, tears don't fix this. I check the mirror and my face is just a blur. a distorted imitation of the girl that I once were. You can't wash away the sorry or the way you didn't stay, no matter how much salt I let the current wash away. The silence is a monster that I've learned to feed on the parts of my spirit that I didn't think I'd need. I'm a master of the breaking, I'm a student of the fall, but the crying isn't helping me feel anything at all. If I could weep us back to life, I'd never close my eyes. I'd be a permanent fountain under the grayest of the skies. But the truth is a mountain that the rain can't move, and I'm stuck in the rhythm of a deep, dark groove. 'Cause tears don't fix this, they don't bridge the gap, they don't put the pieces back on a broken map. I can cry a river, I can scream into the blue, but it won't change the me or bring back the you. It's just water on a fire that's already gone cold, a cinematic tragedy that's getting really old. Yeah, tears don't fix this. The well is firm, the sky is clear, but the us is still nowhere near. Tears don't fix it. No, they don't. The moon is a cold silver eye in the glass, watching the hours of the emptiness pass. I've counted the threads in the cotton and lace, trying to wipe the ghost of your touch from my face. The room is too wide and the silence too deep. I'm guarding a hollow where I used to sleep. The rhythm of breathing is heavy and slow, in a bed that feels like a field made of snow. And the darkness is drinking the light from the hall, a slow motion shadow that's starting to crawl. I'm a cinematic wreck in a dark blue frame, whispering secrets that still sound like your name. Now I'm just tracing the tears on my pillow, bending my heart like a ghost of a willow. It's a salt water map of the places we went, the forever we promised, the always we should throw it away. I should let the air clear. But I'm terrified of losing the fact you were here. The fabric is stained with the weight of the white. A gallery of storms from a private sky. I'm a prisoner of comfort, a slave to the ache, in the only sanctuary left for me to break. They say that the morning will wash it all clean, but I'm stuck in the static of a flickering screen. I'd rather stay under, I'd rather stay wet, in the only part of you that I haven't lost yet. Now I'm just chasing the tears on my pillow, bending my heart like the ghost of a willow. It's a sort of map of the places we went, the forever we promised, the always we spent. I'm drowning in cotton, I'm sinking in white, in the middle of a lonely and permanent night. Yeah, there's tears on my pillow, and they're freezing tonight. Turn off the light, let the ink run. The war with the morning has already been won. Tears on my pillow, just let me sleep, sleep. The air in this room is getting thin and gray, a chemical sweetness that won't go away. I'm tracing the bruises you left on my soul, like a jigsaw puzzle that's missing the hole. You're a beautiful fever, a slow burning high, a neon lit promise that's built on a lie. I'm checking my pulse just to see if I'm there, while I'm breathing the poison you call staying fair. And the warning signs are glowing in gold, a story of damage that's never been told. I'm reaching for water, but I'm drinking the ink, standing right on the edge, trying not to blame. 'Cause this love is toxic, a salt in the vein, a beautiful disaster, a ritual pain. You're the smoke in my lungs, the weight in my chest, a heart that is beating but never can rest. I'm addicted to how you make everything blue, drowning in us, and the poison is you. silence is heavy, it's ringing like lead. I'm sleeping in minefields inside of our bed. You apologize soft like a razor on skin, until I don't know where I even begin. We're a cinematic wreck in a slow motion blur, a shadow of people we used to be. I'm a ghost in a garden where nothing can bloom, just a prisoner kept in a velvet-lined room. I'd run for the exit, I'd fly for the door, but I'm hooked on the way that you leave me for more. It's a cycle of breaking, a loop in the dark, a hollow core fire that has no more spark. 'Cause this love is toxic, assault in the vein, a beautiful disaster, a ritual pain. You're the smoke in my lungs, the weight in my chest, a heart that is beating but never can rest. I'm addicted to how you make everything blue, drowning in us. And the poison is you. Take a deep breath, let it burn. This love is toxic. I never learned. No, I never learned. The streetlights flicker in the puddle's edge. I'm standing on the cold familiar ledge of a memory that I can't let go. A hollow room where nothing seems to grow. The kitchen clock is ticking out of time, like every word I never made to write. I'm tracing shadows on the empty wall, just waiting for the ghost of you to call. And the silence has a flavor like the rain, a heavy constant pulsing in my vein. I'm reaching out for something I can't keep, into the secrets that your coat inside the hallway door, and suddenly I'm back upon the floor, counting every breath I have to steal, trying to remember how it's supposed to feel. The world is turning in a shade of gray while I'm still stuck inside our yesterday. A cinematic reel of all we lost. Now I'm the one who's paying for the cost. Regret is just a house with no one there, a thin vibration in the winter air. I'd rather have the sting than feel the void in every single piece that we destroyed. 'Cause you are my pain, the static in the dark, the only fire that left a freezing spark. You're the beautiful ache I've learned to crave, a lonely flag that I'm forced to wave. I'm drowning in the echo, calling your name, my favorite hollow. The empty glass, the shadows pass. Yeah, you are my pain, and I'm still here, just waiting for the rain. The Instagram notification felt like a physical blow, a cinematic flash of everything I should know. There's a new hand in yours, a new smile in the frame, and she's wearing the necklace I used to carry my name. I'm sitting in the dark of our old favorite spot while you're out there building a life that I'm not. I was the forever until you found the new. Now I'm just a chapter that you're quickly reading through, and the sorry you texted feels like salt in a tear, a hollow vibration that I don't wanna hear. I was the safety, the heart, and the home, but you preferred the garden where the wildflowers roam. 'Cause you chose her and you left me behind in the wreckage of the us that you erased from your mind. You traded the depth for a flicker of light and left me to navigate the middle of the night. It wasn't a mistake or a slip of the tongue. It was a cold, quiet choice while the bells were still rung. Yeah, you chose her. Does she know how you take your coffee at 4? Does she know why you keep the light on by the door? Or is she just a canvas for the parts of me you hate? A happy ever after that you decided to fake. I'm scrubbing the memories off the walls of this room while you're breathing in the scent of her expensive perfume. I'm a vintage tragedy, a love gone to waste, while I'm being replaced with such cinematic haste. I hope she's worth the damage, I hope she's worth the cost of every single piece of my soul that you lost. I hope when you look in her eyes in the gray, you don't see the ghost of the girl you threw away. 'Cause you chose her and you left me behind in the wreckage of the us that you erased from your mind. You traded the depth for a flicker of light and left me to navigate the middle of the night. It wasn't a mistake or a slip of the tongue. It was a cold, quiet choice while the bells were still rung. Yeah, you chose her. The choice is made. The screen goes black and there's no way to take it back. You chose her, and I'm finally gone. The steam is rising from a tea I'll never drink. I'm standing on the kitchen tile, starting to blink against the way the morning light reflects the floor. It looks like shadows of your feet beside the door. I still avoid the grocery aisle where you would stop to buy the lemons for the gin. I hear them drop. In every dream where we are laughing young and loud, before the silence came and turned into a cloud. And I'm a house with all the windows painted shut, the kind of wound that's shallow but it's still a cut. I'm breathing in the dust of things we used to be, while the ghost of who you were is watching me. 'Cause you still haunt me like a song I can't learn, a little flicker in the wood that will not burn. You're the static on the radio at 3 a.m., the how it started but never the how it ends. I'm walking through the rooms where your echo used to stay. You're the only thing that didn't leave or go away. Yeah, you still haunt me. I found a receipt in a jacket from July, a little ghost of a day we didn't have to try. Now I'm a master of the art of looking busy while the spinning in my human sound. But your absence is a weight that pulls me to the ground. I see your face in every stranger on the street, a cinematic glitch that makes the heartbreak feel complete. It's not a scary haunting, just a lonely one, like a cold horizon after the day is done. I'm not afraid of spirits or the things that crawl. I'm just afraid of never feeling you at all. 'Cause you still haunt me like a song I can't unlearn, a little flicker in the wood that will not burn. You're the static on the radio at 3 a.m. The how it started but never the how it ends. I'm walking through the rooms where your echo used to stay. You're the only thing that didn't leave or go away. Yeah, you still haunt me. In the glass, I'm still waiting for the ghost to pass, but you're still here. You still haunt